Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Echo Underground podcast. I'm Shanique.
This is Mike.
And on this podcast, we talk about movies, TV shows, and music. And this episode, we're going to talk about the new Mary J. Blige album, Strength of a Woman. So, Michael, actually, I'll go first this time. I'm a really big Mary J. Blige fan, but I wouldn't buy this album, but I would download like a couple tracks from it. It's a decent album. I'll give it probably like a 7 because I felt like she started strong and then I wasn't really feeling the second half of the album. What about you, Michael?
I kind of feel very similar. Like I was picking and choosing. Like I don't know. This is one of them albums. Like it's kind of weird because I hold Mary J. Blige to, like such a high standard now. Because when you think of like talented singers, she's got to be on your list somewhere.
Yeah, especially for R&B. Yeah.
So I was like, this album, I just sort of found myself like picking and choosing which songs I did like instead of like going through and having what's the word I'm looking for here? Consistency in like how much I like the song, track after track after track. I don't know. It just sort of went back and forth for me a little bit. Like, don't get me wrong, Mary J. Blige, you can't do me wrong as far as how good you can sing, but songs on this one right here didn't blow me out of the water.
Yeah, I think for me it was definitely like I was liking. Yeah, my stomach. Yeah, I heard that. Sorry. I was definitely liking parts of the song, but not the whole song. And I felt myself doing that a lot in the second half, at least for me. I don't know about you. Maybe you like the first half more.
I mean, it's not so much of a. I don't know. See, mine are kind of scattered because I feel like I'm gonna like some of the things you probably didn't even like because I heard you listen to the album and I was like you didn't like a certain song and I was like, oh well, I kind of felt that one a little bit. And another thing too is the songs like one thing I'll say is all the songs that had like a feature on it, I did like them. Like even the ones that had like some features that I didn't really like, know of or didn't like in other songs, I kind of felt them. It's really weird. Like some of them you think would never go, in some kind of collaboration with Mary J. Blige, and somehow it made me fall for it. You guys got to tell me how you feel about that because I feel like I might be the only person with this opinion here, but that's fine.
All right, well, let's get into our top 3. So, my number 3 actually was You Plus Me. Love Lesson. I think it had parentheses Love Lesson. It took, like, at first I was listening to this, I was like, eh. Then after, like, the first 30 seconds, I was like, all right. It stuck in my head. I don't know how it got stuck in my head, but it definitely 100% got stuck in my head. And I was like, okay, you just moved up because I was about to give you a feeling great.
Yeah.
Because I did not like that song for, like, the first 20 seconds. And then after that, I got into it, and then I couldn't stop listening.
Yeah.
You Plus Me. What about you? What's your number 3?
My number 3 actually goes to the title of the album itself, Strength of a Woman. I really like that song. I feel like
the beat though.
I mean, really, like
I kept saying that though, like that tired album. The beat though.
And that's a fair thing to say about it. There's a lot of the beats in this
it's well produced.
Yeah, I mean, like you really only got to put in so much effort when you're working with someone like Mary J. Blige. Like they put in work on the tracks as well, which is pretty good. And Strength of a Woman, I feel like could have been a single on its own. I can't. It's weird that I'm putting at number 3. But I honestly think that this could have been like something that could have stood and did fine by itself.
Yeah, I agree with that. My number 2. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm looking at my ratings. I got like 2 that like rate the same. But I think I'm gonna give it to It's Me.
Okay.
It's like it's like the 4th song on the album, I think, and it's so catchy. And I guess it kind of reminds me of that Moesha opening. It's me. It's me. Yeah. And it's very catchy, and I like the message of the song. And I couldn't get it out of my head instantly. So I gotta give that as my number 2.
I can understand that. Like it's not one of the songs that I was the biggest on, but I do. It's one of them things them songs that I just liked. I didn't necessarily like say, hey, this is the one I'm going to remember from this album, but it's still a good song. What were we at, number 2 now?
Yeah.
Jeez, see, I have a conflict with number 2. I'm going to give it to You Plus Me, though, which you just covered a while ago, because I really want, like, my number 1 is the one song that's stuck all the way out for this whole album, and I really want to give it to that. But yeah, You Plus Me, you already covered it. Really good song. Um, Definitely in R&B mode here for this one.
Yeah.
And you hear Mary J. Blige. This is one of them things you came for you got the album for.
Now, I want to also note that even though I wasn't really the biggest fan of the second half, I thought she had her best vocal performance in the second half of the album.
Interesting. Oh yeah, I can see that.
Because the songs were slower, so you actually heard her voice more. But my number one is "Love Yourself" with Kanye.
Okay.
I thought the message was really good on that song. And I thought the way she was singing was very powerful. And then Kanye's verse was like probably one of the best verses he's spit in a long time.
Yeah, I agree.
I love when he said he didn't want to use his color as a handicap, and he lists all his accomplishments. It was bragging, but in a positive way. And Kanye hasn't done that in a while.
Yeah, he kind of did it in a Kanye fashion, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was a very good message to like young, not even just black people, just in general, young people in general. I thought it caught my attention almost immediately. Like I can even hear it in like maybe a soundtrack of a movie. Yeah, most likely a black movie, but still a soundtrack of a movie.
It'll fit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
So what's your number one?
My number one is "Find the Love." And I know this is gonna be.
Oh, that's my honorable mention.
See this song right here. When I listened to the album while driving on my way down over to Alexandria, Virginia.
Old school.
And like this thing had me jamming into traffic, man. Yeah, it's a good song. It's probably one of the only upbeat songs on this album, I think. 'Cause I think everything
Glow Up was upbeat. Glow Up was upbeat.
Oh yeah, also Glow. Yeah, you're right. That was another one with some features on it.
Pretty upbeat, but like everything else.
This is probably the most upbeat then. Yeah. Like, this one definitely beats it out. It sounded like by Beyonce, "Love on Top." It kind of had like that kind of like tempo to it.
Yeah, it sounded like a lot of old school '90s songs.
Yeah.
That's basically what the vibe it gave me.
Yeah, and definitely all it really did is take what you just said and put some tempo to it, and like throw in some magical Mary J. Blige, and out comes Diamond, and like it's really weird because like I see myself being one of a few people who will pick this song as like their number one song off this album. But like I don't know, I feel like it's so different from a lot of other things here that it just kind of stood out to me. It's like the most like you mentioned a lot of the album is pretty slow. This is like one of the far contrasts to it, such as "Glow Up" that I found, and I was like, you know what, it's one of the only ones standing out in that kind of way. I'll give the nod to this one.
So his number one was like an honorable mention for me, but I want to give it another one, which is "Set Me Free." That is like that's an angry black woman song. I don't know what her husband did, but he pissed her off before she made this album.
Yeah, something happened.
She was cursing and she was in her feelings, but oddly enough, halfway through, it's a very soulful song. Halfway through, like the first part, she's like, "I ain't this bitch, you ain't getting my money, yada yada," and then she started hitting these notes, and it got real soulful. I was like, still angry, but soulful, kind of
right
in the sense of like, what is that song? Damn it, Jasmine Sullivan. Bust your windows out the car. Soulful song, but angry as hell.
Yeah,
that's basically what I would describe that song as.
It's when you got to get something off your chest, but you want to relate in like a very like musical type of soul kind of way. Like it's the way you listen, man. Sometimes the way you deliver a message can make a difference too.
Like, this right here, rapping a little bit.
This right here will make you feel bad for whoever she's singing about, because like she's doing it real good and talent, and using her talents to get this message across. And at the same time, the lyrics are saying, "Yo, fuck you."
That's basically what this song is like. F you.
Like she was not pulling no punches with whatever happened here. Like I want the story behind this for real. Like she was pissed about something.
I know. Let's see. Let's start with. Do you have an honorable mention?
Indestructible, actually.
I hate that song. That's like the song I gave like the least. I hated that song. I'm not even gonna pretend I like it. It's forgettable to me.
See, it's one of them things I don't really like go too much on like strictly on message, but it's really saying, listen, man, like you're gonna get hurt in life, but you gotta like be able to bounce back off of some things, and like make sure that you can't just get damaged to the point of no return. And I was like, this is a pretty cool, especially like from Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Blige is like one of the most positive R&B singers out there. Minus the last "Set You Free" song. What was it? "Set Me Free" song, which not so positive, more angry than positive. But like Mary J. Blige, what you think about her is like, man, like she gonna make you feel good about something, man.
or she gonna make you cry. That's usually Mary J. Blige.
One of the two. And like this is definitely the one that lands in that category. I was like, I kind of feel this one. And there's others on this album that do that. But like, this one, I don't know. Like I felt it. Maybe it's one of them things that while you're driving, you listen to it in a different way. But when I heard it while in the traffic man, I felt indestructible.
Yeah, I particularly hated that song, and I could probably never hear it again. But it had nothing to do with Mary. It just wasn't a song for me. So that was actually my least like song on the album. What was yours?
Least like. Oh boy. I don't know. I wasn't that big on Thick of It, even though I mean, oh man.
It was the beat that got me. It took me a while to like Thick of It too, because I was halfway through it and I was like, and then I really like got into it, and then the song was over. So it was like a weird emotion. Like at first I was like, eh. Then I started getting into it, and then the song ended, and I was like, I'm still gonna rate you high.
I think I started at meh and ended at meh. Like it's I don't know. It's just one of them things where like nothing really fell together too well. Like we just said everything on this album was produced very well, and this Mary J. Blige just makes things really easy to work with. But I feel like nothing really fell together that cohesively on this one song right here for some reason. At least for me. That's probably what I'd give it to be honest.
Okay. There's a couple of songs. Actually, I want to talk about how the album closed with "Hello, Father."
Mm-hmm.
That was actually one of like my top songs. I actually really love that song for some reason. At first, I saw the title. I was like, "All right, you gonna close weak," because I didn't like "Strength of a Woman." I didn't hate "Telling the Truth," but it was just like an okay song to me, and I wasn't really feeling "Smile." So after Find the Love, it went down for me after that. But Strength of a Woman got better, and then Hello Father to me was really good. And I thought the album, at least the last two songs, closed it off pretty well.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good thing to do with the album too. Like your last impression of an album definitely should be one of your strongest, and I feel like Hello Father kind of did that. And I actually really agree with you about Finding the Love, because your most upbeat song in an album can't be followed by something that just takes all the momentum out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, being at a party and like, hearing Annie Up by fucking Busta Rhymes go off, and then the next song is like, what's the name? Sarah McLachlan, In the Arms of an Angel. And it's like, and it's like it really messed with my emotions. Like when I was driving and like I heard the song Find the Love and like my emotions,
Smile, right?
Yeah, my emotions were a little confused because I was like, oh man, they did. I don't mind slowing down because you kind of have to slow down after a song like Find the Love, but you slowed down. Like you came almost to a screeching halt. Can't talk today, guys.
I can see that. And by the way, Annie Up is by M.O.P.
Sorry, yeah, the remix featuring Busta Rhymes.
Even though, let's be honest, Busta Rhymes like stole that remix. That was basically him and Remy Ma was like the highlight of that.
People probably remember
Busta Rhymes, yeah.
M.O.P. now. What you want now? All right. Tangents aside.
Actually, a song I hated, Glow Up. And here's the thing. I thought I would like it because I saw the features. It had DJ Khaled. It had Missy Elliott. I don't even know who Quavo is, but I heard him on that song, I'm the One with Justin Bieber. And I liked him a little, even though I thought Chance the Rapper was better. I was like, okay. If someone knows who Quavo is, tell me. It's another angry song. Not as good as Set Me Free, in my opinion. But I don't know. The combination plus the beat, it didn't work.
You see, my thing is the combination should, like, minus Quavo, because I don't know about him.
Yeah, it should have worked, but it didn't.
Right, and I don't know what went wrong right there.
I really think it was the beat. Because a lot of things, also something I really noticed about this album, sometimes how she sang on the beat, it did not work on the song.
I agree.
Yeah, she didn't sound bad. It just, some reason, it didn't work. Like, I don't know, maybe if they chose a different beat, I think we would have liked the song better over with different arrangements. For at least some of the later songs, I think I really would have liked them better. Because nothing wrong with the lyrics. There's no bad lyrics on this album, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But the arrangement, plus how she sang on certain songs, either turned me off or I was really into it.
Here's my thing about Glow Up that took me out of it is like I was looking back on it. I heard Find the Love after Glow Up, obviously, and in the track sequence it comes after Glow Up. But Glow Up is one of the only other like upbeat songs on the album, like we mentioned earlier, and like it didn't. I'm glad when R&B singers like up the tempo a bit on their songs, and this song had like good tempo for, but like, then I started agreeing with what you just said, like everything should have fallen in place, but did not. Didn't. Like you have good names on this track right here, and for some reason it didn't.
To me, Glow Up was trying to be a hip hop song on an R&B album, and it did not work.
You definitely caught Khaled trying to hijack the song too, like he usually does with all his songs, like
saying his name randomly,
shouting his name. So randomly.
He probably produced it because there's no way he should have been featured on it if he didn't produce it, because that's what he does now.
Definitely.
He did try to rap once. He did. He rapped on one of his remixes, and that was the last time I heard him rap. It should have worked, and the only thing I actually liked about the song was the chorus. I didn't like any of the verses.
I didn't even feel that much, to be honest.
But I liked it, but it wasn't like all that great. I think we covered everything. Oh, Thank You and Survivor. Those are uplifting songs, but again, I wasn't really into them that much.
I like Survivor a little bit more than Thank You. And I
like the message of Thank You more, but
definitely.
Because she's like, the song Thank You is literally, thank you for showing me who you are, so I wouldn't waste my time.
Right.
Literally the message.
You expose yourself to save myself the energy.
Appreciate and the song got better, but it was just like, it's an okay song for me.
Yeah. I don't know. See, this is where I'll come back to that problem about the whole consistency thing. Because it's like, man, I want to like these songs. Like, they come real close to becoming something. But, like, nothing ever, like, stood all the way out. So I can say, hey, buy this album so you can listen to this song. Other than, or top threes. I agree with our top threes. But, I don't know. It's more than 3 songs on an album, so.
Yeah, like, I have a good, like, maybe 6 songs I like on this album that I would actually buy. But I wouldn't buy the album, to be honest. Like, I love Mary J. Blige, but this is not a My Life. This is not like when she was singing. This is not even a Be Without You type album. I forgot what that album that she came back with Terrence Howard and the very. I forgot what that album was, but that was good. And then the album after that was really good. It's not even that type of level. It's an okay album.
That's the best way you can really put it. It's just an okay album.
It's decent. Like, it's not terrible. Like, I can listen to the album and be like okay with it. I would never not listen to it. I don't think there's certain albums that definitely I'll be like never again. But this is not one. I will listen to certain songs on this album again.
Here's my thing. I listen to a majority probably still. Like, even regardless of the song I don't like feel too much, I still listen to like a majority of the album. But I wouldn't.
She sounds great.
Even on my good days, I probably wouldn't go through the entire album.
Like, again. I wouldn't actually.
Yeah, I would like.
I would only pick my favorite.
Listen, man. It's one of them things that we mentioned with Rag and Bone Man. It's like, yo, you're so talented that you can carry a song, but like, I don't know. I feel like this is one of the things where like you're so talented, but like everything just did not. All the jigsaw puzzles just did not, set well with each other.
It didn't. It's and produced,
that's really the weakness of what I found, at least. You're right. I think it's also very well produced.
Yeah, it was very well produced. It's just that I didn't like all of the songs consistently, or like I only like parts of a lot of the songs. Her vocals were fine. It's just sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't.
And I'm definitely gonna put it out there that I definitely had a bias because of how high I've been putting the bar for Mary J. Blige. Cause like she's one of the gold standards of R&B, and like this isn't a gold standard album. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
Yeah, it's not her best album.
Yeah, I mean it's one of them things. Like, listen, man, you play through this and then play through one of her old albums.
But let's be real, old R&B is still better than new R&B. Even though, non-commercial R&B is really good. Commercialized R&B, like
definitely,
Jason Derulo, even though I don't even know what he is. He's fake ass Chris Brown. But sorry, Jason Derulo fans. I still like his movie, Swalala. Anyway,
I don't like that song or whatever.
It's catchy. Like, is it the best Jason Derulo song? No. Like, actually, like, my favorite one is Trumpets.
Trumpets, yep. I don't see the same thing.
I even like that song, Want You to Want Me.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can see that.
There's Tattoo. There's a lot of songs from him I like. But if compare him to, like, even old school first album, Chris Brown was way better than what Jason Derulo is currently right now. R&B is not at the state it should be. Mainstream wise.
Because it's crazy, like, there was a point where it was the mainstream thing to do.
Yeah,
like R. Kelly carried that for a while, and with some other big names. And I think hip hop sort of took over. Hip hop and pop really took over everything, and that's kind of the wave right now.
R&B used to still survive though.
Yeah, you're right.
That like right now people just want like, why you gotta trap so hard? They want that. They want that trap stuff now. They're not really checking for R&B. That's why, think about it. That's why songs like "Can't Stop the Feeling" by Justin Timberlake work. Because it sounds like old school R&B. That's why Bruno Mars works now. Because his album sounds like old school R&B. People want the R&B, but you need to get someone who's really mainstream to sell it.
Yeah,
R&B artists.
You gotta get marketed really good.
Even like Jaheim and all those people that used to run R&B game, they're not mainstream anymore.
Yeah, it's critical that they're still doing things. Like, I doubt people even realize Mary J. Blige had a new album. Like,
old school fans, I feel like realize. Because my sister told me about this, so I was like, I didn't even know.
Shoot, you told me about this. I didn't even know.
So, yeah, we spreading the word.
So, yeah, like, hopefully we, helped you guys figure this out. Like, yes, Mary J. Blige actually has a new album, Strength of a Woman. Please check it out. Yeah. But, it's one of them things where it's like, it gives you the signs of, what we were just talking about. It's not really getting marketed the way R&B used to get marketed.
Music in general is not getting marketed. Because we even have more non-trap rap that just doesn't get marketed anymore. Because people just drop albums. Because everyone's trying to be Beyonce and just drop the album without. But I'm like, nah, Beyonce and Drake can do that.
She has a foundation. They have foundations that they can work upon. They don't really need marketing. They have their name now. But you put your name on anything, their name on anything, you're gonna sell it like fucking hotcakes. But
yeah, now you need to do kind of like what Rihanna does, where she drops singles, even though they're not on her album. She drops them, so you keep your name out there. If you don't do that and just
stay relevant,
yeah, if you don't stay relevant, no one's gonna know. And R&B right now is, oddly enough, back to underground, and so is conscious rap too.
You have the three front runners for conscious rap. You get like Kendrick, Chance, and J. Cole, but I feel like you got just three guys to work with right now.
There's more though. I mean, they're not mainstream.
They're definitely. That's what I'm saying. The three guys you most likely would have heard of, doing this right now, definitely these three. But you're right. It's one of the things you got to, like, nowadays you got to put an effort for it, because if you listen on the radio, you're gonna find what you said earlier. Why you got to trap so hard and stuff like that. It's easy to find that on the radio, but it's not, easy to find like current R&B. Like, it's crazy. R&B stations on the radio, they play old R&B songs. Like, they don't really carry too many modern R&B. At least as far as I realize.
Well, I've heard some, and they're actually really good, but it's just they don't get marketed. Even John Legend doesn't get marketed when he drops records anymore. And there used to be a time where you can go and always hear John Legend record. Now it's not, unless it's part of a movie.
Oh yeah.
But his albums don't get played.
He's doing soundtracks, I think, now.
He dropped an album with All of Me, but I think it sold. But I don't know. I didn't even know when it dropped until And sorry guys, if you hear my laptop. We have background noise. But it's a shame. But people gotta step their game up to market their stuff. You gotta drop a single, and kind of unfortunately what Remy Ma and Fat Joe did. They dropped a single, but they waited too long to drop the second one.
Yeah, there's a gap between it.
And for you guys, the Remy Ma and Fat Joe album is actually really good. So I would check that out. But I don't think they should keep collaborating because they have the same type of style. I think if you do a collaboration, you got to have a mix. They're like the male and female version of their styles. Right. But that's typical New York. When you listen to that record, that is a New York hip-hop album. But back to Mary J. Blige. Like I said, I would download some records. I think the album opened up strong with my favorite song, Loving Yourself. And I think it ended with two really strong songs. So I would definitely check it out. Do you have any closing statements, Mr.
No,
Brown?
go ahead and check out. Hey, keep Mary relevant, man. Like, bring her back.
Buy her record. She
Yeah,
going through
man.
some things. She angry.
Yeah, as you will find out if you have not heard the album yet. Like, this will keep her relevant for sure. Like, you'll find out she got a new mood going on. But yeah, definitely keep her relevant, guys. Keep R&B relevant.
Yes, keep R&B alive. All right, so we're gonna close out this podcast. Please leave some comments. Let us know what you think. If you have some suggestions, like you can always email us at echoundergroundpodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Give us some ratings, and we just want to hear from you guys. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
See ya.
Bye.